other forks and like can
Baubles,
tabs or something.
bangles,
Whatchamadoos.
sprockets and watchets, gizmos and
gadgets galore. Yeah, thingamabobs. They've got 20.
Oh no, We're singing a Disney song. Okay, so
quick before we get GMCA.
Hello and welcome back to Kill A Delibird, you collector cuckoos. That's you who all listen to this. We're going to talk about collectibles this week. I think that's loosely a theme. So yes, welcome back to Kill A Delibird. This is the Pokemon Anime Rewatch podcast where we are in Johto currently and, enjoying it, going along these various episodes. I am Graham, the person who is not that in the Pokemon fandom, but has been learning a lot as we go. So I'm joined by Kellan, who knows a shit ton about this stuff. Kellan, how is it going?
Sore. Yeah.
Are you saying Thor, but you have a lisp?
No, I'm saying sore.
Okay.
Helped my brother move yesterday. I'm sore.
Oh, yes, moving. Did he give you a pizza?
No.
Oh.
I know, right? There was a whole thing with the rental truck. It was a mess. And shit. I just, came home early. It's a whole thing. It's very complicated. I came home earlier than I expected to. But I got chicken Alfredo from Costco. That's good. I like that.
Oh, the Costco chicken Alfredo is good. Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Actually, most of those,
they're pretty good
meals they have are not bad.
Have you tried the chicken tacos?
Nope, but I've seen them. They do look
they're
good.
Nice.
They had a beef bulgogi for a while. I haven't seen it in a long time, but that was pretty tasty.
I was hoping for the butter chicken yesterday, but they didn't have
butter
that.
Chicken is good too. Yeah. And the chicken pot pie.
Yeah.
And the meat lasagna.
Okay. I haven't had the lasagna.
The lasagna's pretty good.
I'll have to have that at some point.
Well,
I had stuffed
we could
bell
just
peppers
keep naming
once.
Stuff from Costco. Oh, how were those?
Those were fine.
That's kind of how I feel about stuffed bell peppers, period. They're okay.
Yeah. Why are we putting them in a pepper? What's really the point of that? I don't know. Make it a meatball.
Or just, chop it all up. I would just, eat it all chopped up, you know?
Yeah.
Because I like peppers. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, Costco has a whole bunch of things, right?
Oh, so many things.
We're going to talk about collecting things this week. The episodes we're going to be discussing is episode 185, Troubles Brewing. This is with the Tea House Sisters in Eckerty, right? This is a game episode. Kind of cool, actually.
Kind of, yeah.
And then this is followed by more of a non-canon episode. Well, that's not the word. Not game canon. 186, All That Glitters, which actually I also thought was a pretty fun episode.
It was.
Yeah. This is a pretty decent little duo.
Solid week. Yep.
Solid week. But in that one, we deal with some mischievous crows who love gathering up all the stuff, and we get some insight into James's collection there. He is an avid collector of bottle caps. We've seen this before. Kellan, what's your thoughts on collecting things? What's your relationship with the collector mindset?
I think collectors are dumb idiots.
You collect anything?
Yeah. I definitely don't have 150 amiibo.
Oh, okay.
And
that'd be
way too many.
Really lame if you did, huh?
Yeah, it'd be so lame if I did. And if I also had thousands of Pokemon cards, that would also be really lame.
Huh.
I'd be a real loser. I also don't have all of the Muppet Lego minifigures. That would be really lame if I had all of those,
I don't think
too.
I knew this, and that's fucking awesome. There are Muppet Lego minifigures?
Yeah, well, I don't have them, so I can't.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you how cool they are
anymore. Okay.
But if I did have them, if I was that person, I'd probably say that they're really cool and they look really good on a wall.
And why is it Animal?
Oh no, it's not Animal. Animal's great. I love Chef. I love the Swedish Chef.
Swedish Chef is a top tier.
I've also always had an affinity for Ralph. I don't know why.
Which one's Ralph?
Rolf is the dog who plays piano.
Oh.
And I don't know why, but I always really liked Rolf.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
He's fun. Yeah, and as you get older, Statler and Waldorf become so much more relatable. Yeah.
They're classics. I like Gonzo, and I like
Gonzo's
Beaker.
Good. Meep, 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 meep.
Yeah.
Meep, 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 meep.
You know, they're also good. Have you ever seen Muppet Treasure Island?
Probably, but it's been a long time.
Fucking incredible.
I watch Muppet Christmas Carol every Christmas. So.
Yeah, that's a classic.
It's a classic, yeah.
And I used to watch the Muppets Take Manhattan on TV a lot.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Seen that one.
Yeah.
For sure.
But Muppet Treasure Island, seriously, that is a cool movie.
Is that one on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Because I probably watched it. I don't really remember it.
Because I'm pretty sure it is. Because my wife hates the Muppets, and I tried
How
putting it on
dare she?
Once and
Banned from the podcast.
Well. She thinks they're scary.
Banned. Get out of here.
They're weird and scary.
No.
And I just
Horrible take.
I just laugh so hard when I watch the Muppets.
They're so good. They're a classic.
They're very funny.
You know what? Okay,
they're my kind of humor.
Disney's been doing all these live action remakes lately. You know, fuck that. They shouldn't have been doing that ever in the first place. They own the Muppets. Why are they not remaking those movies with the Muppets?
And that's what Muppet Treasure Island is. So, and it's a perfect proof of concept of that. I mean,
yes,
the Muppets Christmas is also, right? Because there's like Christmas Carol is in that?
Yeah.
Is it the one I'm thinking of?
Muppets Christmas Carol? Yeah. So like they take Muppets and threw them into public domain stories.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah. So why don't they do that with properties they own? And give us like Muppet Pocahontas?
my favorite idea was they remake Beauty and the Beast with Muppets. And it's all Muppets, no humans. The only human is the Beast, who is a conventionally attractive actor. And they're all looking at him like he's a horrifying monster.
Like he's a monster, and then at the end he turns into a Muppet.
Yeah. But for the first 90% of the movie, it's like Ryan Gosling, you know?
Yeah.
And they're all calling him this horrifying beast.
He's like tall. It would probably be Jason Segel, but I get where you're going with this. That would be very funny.
Be so good. Come on.
That's a good
Disney.
idea. I know, pretty much
Disney.
anything just gets enhanced. Why don't they make Muppets Star Wars? Like,
there you go.
There's that meme of like Kermit as a Sith, so like we know it works. You know, Muppets Star Wars is what I want actually. Fuck it, that'd be so cool. Kermit would be Luke, Miss Piggy would be Leia, Fonzie would be Han. Well, I guess would Fonzie be Han Solo or would he be Chewbacca?
Oh, that's
maybe
a good question.
Gonzo would be
both.
Yeah, both. He's playing both at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, we always think of other things we could have a podcast about, Kellan, when we do this. Muppets Mania. That'll be our next one.
I love the Muppets so much.
Well, shout us out in the comments if you like the Muppets, and if you don't, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it.
But okay, I only brought this up to talk about collections.
Yeah, so what were we going on about? What were we talking about?
In the episode, one of the episodes we'll be discussing, there's a lot in it about James's bottle cap collection. Okay, I don't think that this was James's first collection. Okay, I think that he's tried to collect other things before and they just didn't quite work out. All right. So these are the top 10 collections that James tried to have before he settled on bottle caps.
Gotcha.
Are you with me?
Yes.
Number 10, Pikachus. This is still ongoing. Maybe he is still collecting Pikachus. He just currently has 0.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he should have just given up on that one a long time ago. I mean, you have to feed them too and take care. That's a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, and he's starting with one that's already owned by someone, so it's a horrible idea.
Yeah, that's a tricky situation.
But ownership, yes.
Yeah.
Number 9 is a coin collection, and the problem here was that Jesse and Meowth just kept spending it. He had the coins.
Shit.
Exactly.
They need food.
Number 8, he tried to have a belt buckle collection, but the thing is he only has one outfit, so he really didn't have a reason to have multiple belt buckles.
I don't buy that he has one outfit. He's got a whole closet. He's got the biggest walk-in closet you've ever seen.
Of the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just didn't want to vary his belt buckles. It was a whole thing. Plus, they're too heavy for the air balloon.
Yeah. His dresses, though, are behind the secret door because he's a little self-conscious about that.
Oh, he keeps them hidden?
Yeah.
I would love a whole James's dress wardrobe day.
Welcome back to the vlog.
The whole side. Yeah.
Today we're going into my closet.
Number 7, he wanted to collect Pokemon cards, but he had to break the fourth wall to get to these. And there's actually, although Team Rocket can break the fourth wall, there's a limited amount of fourth wall energy, which they have to conserve between them. And Meowth made a whole lot of jokes that day, so he gave up.
He also found out that in order to be on the show, he would have to not ever show his Pokemon card collection due to the laws in the West about marketing to children in shows.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because this whole show isn't a marketing device.
Right?
Well, number 6, he wanted to collect Team Rocket official action figures, but he's actually currently suing the manufacturers because they messed up his hair. So that didn't go anywhere.
Well, watch as that develops, that story.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those ongoing lawsuits that goes for like 20 years.
Yeah, right.
Eventually, like, people just forget about it.
It settles out of court. Eventually. There's a whole, like, why did we do any of that?
Yeah,
what was the point to end up here? So,
number 5, he tried to collect puns, but gave up because Meowth is just better. And James did not like being in that cat's shadow.
How do you collect the concept of a pun? It's not a physical
I'll let
thing.
You think about that.
That is an interesting philosophical question.
Well, he's a cartoon character, and he breaks the fourth wall a lot, so maybe he could, like, turn the puns into objects. They haven't done that in Pokemon yet, where, like, a word becomes, like a physical thing.
That's true.
There's a JoJo stand that kind of does that. It was awesome. Number 4, dildos.
Oh my god.
Number 3, volumes of Encyclopedia Britannica. A door-to-door salesman found their balloon, and sold them, but he only has one volume. It's a J, and he cannot afford any others.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's tough. Number 2, he is currently trying, this is ongoing, to get a complete DVD collection of Kirby Right Back At Ya.
How much does that cost?
He's missing a few, though. It's tough. Yeah. James shares a voice actor with Meta Knight.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the more you know.
Yeah.
And number 1, he was collecting mecha manga about giant robots for inspiration, but he kept damaging pages, so he only had incomplete views of the mechs, and that's why their mechs are so scuffed.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Why would you buy... You gotta buy the mint condition ones, James. Come on.
Yeah, stop going to secondhand bookstores.
Why are you buying them if they're not in good condition?
He's given up after those mechs keep sucking.
Not worth anything. Okay, do you want to know my list of 2 things that I think that the Muppets should... Public domain stories the Muppets should make a version of?
Okay, yeah.
A couple of years ago, Gladiator entered the public domain.
Really, Gladiator is?
Gladiator,
it's not that old. But yeah, Muppets Gladiator. I mean, they haven't done anything. The thing is, Gladiator's super violent. So
yeah, that's why it'd be funny.
Are you ripping apart the Muppets? That could be horrifying.
Yeah, and instead of blood, it's just fluff stuffing that goes everywhere. Yeah,
that'd be good.
And then the other one, I think a year before Gladiator, 1984 entered the public domain.
Oh my god,
Muppets 1984. That'd be so good.
Okay, is Animal Farm in public domain? Because
yes,
Muppets Animal Farm would kind of work.
That one too. But no, can you just imagine like Fozzie as Big Brother? Like, come on.
That would be wild.
That'd be so good.
That would almost go too hard. That and Gladiator, you went for really like knee-jerk ones that have never been, nothing like that's been done. That would be wild.
Waka waka. All right.
But it's so serious. Oh my god.
No, part of the joke is that everyone has to laugh at Fozzie's jokes, even though they're terrible.
Oh, that'd be fucking good, actually. That's what you thought about this. That's a great idea.
That's like Fozzie's whole thing. His jokes suck.
Yeah, and that's why he's Big Brother, because he uses like surveillance to like push his humor among the people. And that's the oppression. Okay.
Yeah.
We should not live with this substandard humor.
And that's what the brainwashing at the end of the book is. It's making Kermit, who I would assume would play Winston, brainwashing Kermit into thinking that Fozzie actually is very funny.
Oh, shit. Kellan, that is a brilliant idea. Wow. I hand over literary hour to you.
And I hand it back because I don't want to do that.
Wow. You want to talk about Pokemon?
I don't know. I think these Muppet ideas are pretty good. We should probably keep talking about Muppets.
I mean, maybe we can put the Muppets in Pokemon or something like that.
Pokemon Muppets! Oh my god, we're killing it today. All right, let's talk.
Kermit would be Ash, I guess. Misty would be Miss Piggy. I mean, that kind of works, actually, because she's always like hitting people.
Karate chopping him, yeah. All right, let's go into Trouble's Brewing.
And I like these episodes, actually. I thought they were both decently fun. Yeah, I mean, maybe not the top of the echelon, but pretty good. And I like that this one, it's a game event, and that's always nice.
Mm-hmm. So we're chilling around, having a snack, and we're asking, where's the closest gym? According to the map, there are 2 gyms in pretty equal distance from here. One in Olivine and one in Mahogany. So we got to figure out where we're gonna go. But let's just go sightseeing for today while we think about it, and we'll make the decision later. And what's this? There's a poster of some traditional tea ceremony. That looks interesting. Ash thinks it looks boring.
Ash is bored, and then an Eevee walks by. So cute,
adorable. Eevee, we love Eevee. They look at it. They think it can't be wild because it's been groomed. Misty's just like cuddling with it. She loves water Pokemon, but it's nice to get a nice fluffy cuddle in sometimes.
Yeah, you can't really cuddle with Poliwhirl quite the same way.
No, that's a little weird. Yeah, considering how anthropomorphic it is as well, it's a little weirder.
Yeah, I don't think you can really cuddle with animals who have like buff arms.
No. It's that meme. Line, right? It's that meme. Sleeping with your Pikachu, adorable. Yeah. Sleeping with your Machoke, little odd.
A little
weird. A little strange. So that's when a girl comes running in looking for her Eevee. This is Sakura.
Yeah, Sakura, I don't know, girl, small, red pigtails. She's and she's like a kid.
Yeah.
She's looking for Eevee, sometimes wanders off, cool. We find from her the tea ceremony they're looking for is by her sisters.
Okay? What? Oh my god.
Sisters?
They react so over the top
hard.
About this stuff. Misty, I was like, do you know where we can find this tea ceremony on the poster? And she's like, oh, that's the tea ceremony my sister runs. And they're like, oh, your sister? Like, what? You met this woman 30 seconds ago. It's not like you've known her for 5 years and she's never brought up the fact that she has a sister.
Yeah, and what is crazy about it? Is it that there's tea ceremonies or that she has a sister at all? Like, it's the concept of relatives? Because Misty's got sisters, Brock has siblings. They know what relatives are. I don't know.
Ash is the only child, so I don't know. Now we see Sakura's changed into her kimono outfit, and they're at the tea ceremony or like a festival or something. There's a lot of things going on here.
It's like a traditional Japanese garden area, so stream, small little bridge, and the places for incense, and a very traditional garden area. And there's another girl in a kimono who goes by, and Brock goes nuts. This is going to be a theme for a bit here. Girl in kimono, Brock goes nuts. You're really rocking in those robes.
It happened again. Cupid got me right in the heart. I declare you the most incredible creature who has ever crawled into a kimono. And she just looks at him back and goes, oh. In plain English, miss, you look rocking in those robes.
Yeah, thanks, Brock.
Yep. But yeah, this is a bit.
Did you get all of Brock's crazy sentences?
I did, because this becomes a running gag for a minute. So then we see a class. Another woman is teaching like flower bouquet decorations or whatever. Flower placement.
Arrangements. Yeah.
And then they walk past, and Brock sees it, and he gets shot in the heart again. I've seen some intensely attractive ladies, but without a doubt, you take the cake. But since I don't have any cake on hand, perhaps you'll accept this flower.
Oh, yeah, Sim's hard.
Every time this happens, though, Brock goes into this, like, funny animation, and there's this really quirky music in the background of an original piece that I thought was just very funny.
Yeah, well, how would you describe that piece?
I don't know.
Like, it's just trying to ham up the euphoria that Brock's
and I think it works as the comedy of it gets replayed each time. Because it's kind of like this fast piece, and so you're listening. I don't think they did speed it up at all, but you're listening to it, and you're like, "Is it getting faster each time?" I think
because it's kind of got that. What do you call that? Infinite staircase effect.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's called. It's where, like, I don't know enough about music theory to talk about this, but it's like something that Bach used, I think, where it's like repeated steps that kind of alternate, and it feels like, makes you feel kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. That's what it feels like. Then we see another woman. She's playing some stringed instrument. I didn't know what it was, but then he goes crazy again. I've seen some outstandingly beautiful girls, but you're the most beautiful one I've ever heard. Huh? And I sense something in your manner that's rather plucky. He plucks the string. And then there's another woman doing the tea. And he goes, forget the tea, I'm gonna need smelling salts. I bet you brew awesome oolong, but you really perk me up like a double mochaccino.
Cool down, you're not her cup of tea, Misty.
Yeah, that's
says.
When Misty finally steps
Finally breaks.
Brock thinks, though, that the tea ceremony is going to lead to a wedding ceremony. Slightly presumptuous, I would say.
Yeah, so they're talking to one of the sisters now who's like crushing some matcha for tea. And again, the tea ceremony is going on. She says, again, Brock is just such an idiot this episode. She's like, now turn your cup around and drink. And Brock just starts spinning around in place.
He's not paying attention. Ash and Misty turn the cup to drink, and then Brock's not doing anything. Misty's like, Brock, you gotta turn before you drink. And he goes, oh, and starts spinning around. That reminds me of a joke from, can you guess where I'm going with this? Blue's Clues.
No, I did not guess that. Okay, keep going.
There was a joke. Oh my god. Okay, we were on a band trip, and me and my two friends, it was an overnight trip, so we're chilling in the hotel. It's like 1 a.m, and we're watching Blue's Clues on Netflix.
Hell yeah.
It was a great night, oh my god. And there's one moment where I think Blue is playing hide and seek with Steve, and so Steve has to count. And so the ominous children voice in the background tells Steve, you gotta count. And he covers his eyes. He goes 1, 2, and then the kids interrupt. No, Steve, count backwards. He goes, oh, and he turns around. 1, 2. It was brilliant. It was fucking brilliant.
That is good. And no, I had no idea where you were going.
That's what it reminded me of. Anyway, so Sakura comes along, and she's like, oh, you like the tea that my sister made? And the gang's like, oh, that's your sister? Oh my god. Where did we just come from? What did we just learn 30 seconds ago?
Yeah.
Your sister runs the tea ceremony. We're drinking the tea at the tea ceremony. Wait, hold up, that's your sister? Jesus Christ, guys.
This is where we learn that they're all her sister.
They're all her sister. They're all her sister.
So we get introductions. We got Sakura.
One of us.
Satsuki. Simomo.
Simomo?
Tapeo? Something like that. Tapeo. And Kome.
Yeah. I don't remember any of those.
There's 5 of them all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, their names aren't that important. I think Satsuki comes up again, but that's about it.
Yeah, I remember them as which Eevee they have.
Mm-hmm. Well, really. And that's gonna come up
really.
Right away. So all these sisters shared Brock's compliments. They're like, "Hey, you're the freak who said that I'm plucky.
You hit on all of us?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?"
Brock goes, I want them all and they all want me. And Ash goes, well, you're half right.
What a dilemma. How do I pick just one?
That was a pretty good line from Ash. I like that.
Yeah. But yeah, they ask him about, like, haven't you heard of the 4 beautiful kimono tea ceremony sisters or whatever? And Sakura's like, well, what do you mean 4? I'm sister here. And they're like, yeah, you're a sister, but you ain't beautiful.
That was mean. That was savage. I'm like, why are they picking on her like that? That's dark.
That doesn't even come back or anything.
No, like, they just roast her and then, like, move on. And it wasn't even to, like, establish that they're, like, mean to her. Because, like, they're not. The rest of the episode, they're not. So
they don't even elaborate that they mean, like, an inner beauty that you find once you've, like, matured. They're just like, nah, you ugly.
You ugly. And Ash is like, sound familiar, Misty? But he's meaning because her sisters suck ass, too.
Yeah.
So Misty and Sakura kind of bond over that. They're like, oh my god, I also have older sisters who tell me that I suck.
Then we see Team Rocket. They're at the ceremony as well, in very formal attire, but also not the same.
No, they're in like
attire.
Western formal attire. It's almost like they didn't get the memo that it was like a traditional Japanese tea ceremony, and they thought it was like English afternoon tea.
Yeah,
I think that's what the joke is, because they're in like Victorian clothing. Yeah.
James in a suit. Jesse's got this like big pink dress. Yeah, they stand out pretty bad, but they're also really freaking bored.
Yeah. They're like, this is so lame. We just want to eat. Jessie like chugs some tea. She doesn't like it. She's like, oh, Meow's calling it sludge.
Maybe the tea cakes are better, and they're fine, but they're not very filling. And the old lady running the ceremony gives the whole thing about like quality over quantity, and Jesse and James are like, nah, fuck that. And they go find the tea cake box and start just shoving them in.
Yeah, picking out on cakes, and then a cop shows up.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a cop that's not Jenny.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's rare.
They start getting thrown around. At one point, one of them goes like, you stop that or I'll call a real cop.
Yeah. So this is like the peace officer or whatever.
The rent-a-cop, yeah.
The rent-a-cop, yeah.
But they knock some shit over, and that makes the gang and Sakura come running in. And then normal motto, nothing's changed except they're eating in the first two lines, which was pretty funny.
Yeah, like they're chewing still.
Prepare for trouble, make it double. Mm-hmm. And so go Arbok, Eevee comes out, as well as, all of the sisters are joining in with Flareon, Umbreon, Vaporeon, and Jolteon.
So James goes, it's a complete Eevee evolution ensemble, but like, I mean, you're going to point out the error.
We're missing one. We're missing one, James.
We're missing Espeon, who has not been shown in the show yet at all, right?
Yeah, Espeon? And I'm not sure.
At least I want to say it hasn't gotten an episode.
I want to say we haven't seen it yet.
Like if we have, it was just like
yeah, no, we have not seen it at all.
It's not been featured. Okay.
No, I don't believe we've ever seen it in the first place.
Right.
But there's one random Eevee that hasn't evolved yet, so maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about that a bit later, because I'm a little... I don't understand. But anyways, yeah, so Sakura, though, wants to do the fighting. She's using Eevee. And Arbok just starts slapping Eevee around.
Bang, bang! Eevee starts sand attacking to some real good boss sounding music. I love this part when Arbok just kind of turns around to block the sand attack and then goes for a wrap and just throws her to the ground.
Ooh.
Whoop bam. And so Ash and Misty jump in instead of letting any of these evolutions do anything that are already out.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. We've got like these pretty hype Pokemon standing
They're just standing there.
And they're just chilling.
So Poliwhirl and Totodile come out versus Weezing, who smogs. Poliwhirl bubbles through. They both water gun. And Team Rocket go blasting off again with this really nice, kind of victorious feeling musical flair at the end that I don't think we've heard before, which I like that.
Okay, we cut forward. We're now at a river's edge. Sakura and Misty are bonding again about sisters. Oh my god, they've got siblings. Ain't that great? Misty talks about how much she's grown and learned through traveling and training. And Sakura's intrigued. What if I went with you guys? Also got away from my family and learned things on my own. That would be really neat.
She also has dreams of competing in the Johto League. So that's part of why she wants to come along.
So that makes you happy, Kellan.
Yes. I want to participate in Johto. You're already there! All right, so... But Eevee and Togepi are playing through this, which is just very adorable. And so the guys catch up with them. They found a medicine store and stocked up on everything they would need. Just in case you didn't know, that's not going to come back, but they got potions, I guess.
Just had to be a reason for them to be off screen for a second.
I guess so.
They could have came back, said anything. We were just sucking and fucking behind that bush.
Oh, no.
Well, Sakura wants to join them at the Johto League. Not involved. Not related to that joke.
Moving on.
And she's going to
strike
tell
that
her sisters,
joke from the record entirely.
She's going to tell her sisters tomorrow after the big dance.
I got a dance performance. Yeah, so she'll talk to them afterwards. And then I guess it's tomorrow because we go straight to a dance performance.
Yeah. Now, traditional dance performance happens from the sisters, and there's this whole thing about how Sakura's like dropping her umbrella.
God damn it, Sakura! You're fucking it up! Come
it's
on.
It's funny how big of a deal this
Jesus Christ, we've worked on this for fucking weeks. You're gonna drop your goddamn umbrella?
These are exact lines from it.
God, then, you think you could raise a fucking Eevee? When you can't even handle an umbrella?
You can't even master an umbrella. How will you master a Pokemon? Is an actual line.
Sakura? More like Sakura, am I right?
Oh, burn.
Fuck. Anyway, so yeah, they're like, yeah, you shouldn't go. And Sakura's like, please. And Brock's like, I'm great at taking care of kids. Sure.
Well, he also qualifies that with, I know I don't look trustworthy.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping he would just stop right there.
Right.
I know I don't look trustworthy.
I'm only problematic on the surface.
Yeah. When you get to know me, I mean, I'm a lot better. I'm an acquired taste. But, like, if she comes along, and it's like she has siblings with her, with all three of them as well. So that's part of the thing. And so the Kimono sisters agree, all right, if you can beat us in battle, then we'll let you go along with them. And so we're going to go to a fight.
You use that phrase, Kimono sisters. They don't use that in the episode yet, right? But that's what they're called in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they refer to these as the Kimono sisters. Like, I think they use that in the text of the game. They're like, hey, go battle the Kimono sisters. And they're like, we're the Kimono sisters.
Or the Kimono girls or something. But everyone, I think Kimono sister is, like, the more colloquial term. Because, yeah, their trainer class in the games is Kimono girl. I call them the sisters. Because, I mean, they're sisters.
They're called... Oh, yes, they're called Kimono girl is the Bulbapedia. Right.
Yeah.
But anyways.
And so, you're going to go to a fight. And even though they're the kimono girls, they're not wearing their kimonos anymore.
No, they look awesome.
Oh, that's great. Fantastic.
It's like, maybe you take it for granted, but I love when anime changes people's clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like it a lot, right?
Yeah, they had no reason to do that.
They had no reason to do that. And suddenly they've got a little bit more personality because they look pretty distinct. Like, one has like a handkerchief. One of them has kind of like a hippie t-shirt. One of them's like dressed a bit more formal. Like, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and one of them's hot. So
one of them's really hot, but which one are we
Let's
thinking
see if we
the
agree.
Same one?
It's the purple one, obviously.
Yeah, it's the purple one.
It's the purple one.
Yeah.
All right. That's my degenerate moment for the week.
Like purple shirt, blue hair, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm
with you.
Anyway, past that, so we're going to fight. And we're going to do 3 fights, 1-on-1. That's it. And so the green one steps up. Because I don't remember any of their names. And she sends out Vaporeon. And Misty's like, hold on. I can handle a water Pokemon with Poliwhirl. I think Ash could have handled the water Pokemon better with Pikachu.
Yeah, they do this
or Chikorita.
Sometimes. Like, think that they need
to
line up the exact types, not, like, actually match strengths and weaknesses, which is
horrendous
weird.
Strategy.
It's horrendous strategy. It is kind of an anime thing, though. Or actually, even further back, you know what it is? It's a superhero comic thing, which then Shonen kind of borrowed. This idea that, like, the villain of someone is just going to be, like, the same hero, but, like, evil. Like, the Flash's biggest bad guy, do you know what his name is?
The Dark.
No, the Reverse Flash. The Dark would have been better.
That's way worse, yeah.
So it's that kind of thing. And you know what his powers are? The exact same as the Flash.
Of course they are, yeah. So there's some tackling, some double slapping, some quick attacks, and it's looking very even of a fight. And Brock's like, wow, I didn't think that they'd be good trainers because they're just so hot. So you can only be good at one of those things.
Yeah. I mean,
attractiveness and good Pokemon training?
Exactly
that's not
what he says, but it is his sentiment.
That's what he
implies.
Kind
of gross. Yeah. Come on, Brock.
And then water guns collide, and we got a standoff, but not for long.
Yeah, when the water guns collide, there's like rain that's kind of shimmering beside them, which was a nice little effect.
And then Vaporeon Aurora beams, and it hits Poliwhirl dead center, and he's out. He's dead.
Can you remind me what that move is? Is that a water move or is it an ice move?
It's ice. It's basically weaker Ice Beam.
Oh, okay.
It's like the step 2 Ice Beam. Oh, it can lower attack.
Oh, there's like a chance of it?
Yeah. I never remembered that. I could have gotten 100 guesses, as to what Aurora Beam's secondary effect is, and I would not have told you that it lowers attack. Anyway, so now comes out Jolteon.
Yeah, and I wrote down it's the dark blue character, so is that Satsuki who steps up?
I don't know.
Yeah, anyways, Jolteon, and they're type matching again, so Ash is going to use Pikachu. And this is when Team Rocket strikes back and returns.
They're back. 5 cages, specially designed for each of the evolutions.
We've got a shockproof cage for Jolteon, a bubbly cage for Vaporeon, a heat-resistant cage for Flareon, a cute cage for Eevee, and a stock white cage for Umbreon, so that both of its colors stand out.
I thought they were going to torture Umbreon. It's bright and light. It never gets dark.
Yeah, like that whole, be in a white room for as long as you can and you go insane thing.
Yeah. Yeah, specially designed cages. Gotta love that. And then they're like, shit, we didn't make one for Pikachu. So let's have Pikachu check into the Jolteon suite. And Ash with the killer line, nobody's checking in, you're checking out.
Nailed it, Ash.
Go!
Ash is on fire this episode.
Ash
Great lines.
Yeah. So out comes Victory Bell. It's going to be Victory Bell versus James's ass. And then versus Eevee.
Yeah, so after Victory Bell's done with its first dinner of James's luscious booty, it's going to try to devour Eevee. So we get a Vine Whip, it hits, and then they both tackle each other. Kate bounce back, going to hit up another Vine Whip, grabs Eevee, and boom, throws it into the cell.
That was violent as fuck.
Stealing Eevee is easy.
God. They just whipped it into that cage.
Yeah.
It looked like it hurt.
That's what the kids call a yeet.
A yeet. So now comes Chikorita, good battle music, dodging Victory Bell's Vine Whips, and it whips back. And here comes Arbok. Staryu's out. Staryu tackles. Knocks Arbok into James, which knocks James into Umbreon's cage, and it shuts. He's trapped.
Oof.
And so Staryu tackles again, and Arbok goes flying into Jolteon's cage.
Oh, we're getting them in their own cages. Isn't that nice?
And so Chikorita goes for the Vine Whip on Victory Bell, swings her around, slams her right into Jessie, and they roll right into Flareon's cage. And Meowth's scared. He's going to go to his room, and he just jumps into Vaporeon's cage, willingly.
Yeah, what a coward.
That was a good one.
Great move.
So here comes Umbreon, goes for agility to release Eevee, which makes no sense.
What happens here? So Umbreon doesn't just release Eevee. He uses agility, and flashes through the cage like some kind of iframes.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
That?
I don't understand agility in this show. It makes no sense.
This was a brand new use of it. Because now it's not only that you can go fast, you can actually operate through walls.
Do the fucking ninja slice.
Yeah, and that's what it was. There was a sound too, and a blast.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was sick, but it made no sense.
Well, Eevee's out. Staryu and Vaporeon go for another water gun to blast off Team Rocket again, where you can hear Wobbuffet in the blasting off again sound. He goes, Wobbuffet. Even though Wobbuffet was not even in this episode at all.
That's interesting. We cannot get away from the cries of Wobbuffet.
This is the first episode since the episode Squirtle left where Wobbuffet was not in the episode. He was around. We've seen him every episode for 36 episodes.
But he sort of was because we heard him.
Yeah, but we should not have heard him.
I know.
That makes no sense.
But that's kind of funny, right? It's like Team Rocket is so haunted by Wobbuffet's sound.
Yeah.
That we're hearing what they hear in their nightmares.
Well, I guess because this has happened a few times where they go blasting off and Wobbuffet's not in the picture there. But I guess there have been times where Wobbuffet will pop in during the blasting off. So maybe it's just that, and we just didn't see it. But okay, it's back to the fight. We got Blue Girls Jolteon versus Pikachu, another stupid matchup because Brock has an Onix and a Geodude,
which
are electric. Yeah, which are immune to electric. But the battle music kicks back in action. Got it. Thundershock gets dodged by Pikachu, who thunderbolts back. But Jolteon uses a Thunder Wave to block it, which is not how that works. But okay.
It looked crazy, too. It was kind of an energy blast around it. So that's cool.
And so Pikachu goes for a tackle and then thunder, and Jolteon goes down. Easy peasy.
Doesn't Jolteon in the game have some sort of pins where if he gets hit by tackle, you take damage? Or am I making silly?
No, he can.
Oh, okay.
That's part of his like lore is that he can shoot spikes out of his like fur. It learns like pin missile to kind of go along with that.
But that's a move, yeah.
Yeah, and I believe its ability is just volt absorb, so it doesn't take it heals when it gets hit by electric moves.
Oh,
but that's Gen 3, so not here.
So it's okay here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get Umbreon for the final battle. But what's this? Sakura calls it off. She's changing her mind. She is not ready to go on a journey when she's stronger.
My goodness. Yeah, but the sisters say, I guess this was like a test or something. So the sisters say they were never against her going out on a journey. She just is young and stupid, and she needs to learn more before that happens.
Well, and it was also just about confidence because they didn't like that.
She needed the gang to convince them.
Exactly. They didn't like that that's the route that she went. If Sakura really believed that she was ready to go on a journey, she would have just said, I'm ready to go on a journey.
Yeah.
So, bad logic.
Yeah, she's going to stay behind. And so at the forked path, a little later, we have two options. We can go to Olivine or Mahogany. Olivine City is at the beach, so we're going to go there. This is a great reasoning, honestly. I'm here for it. And maybe we'll see Sakura at the League.
Maybe.
Interesting.
Probably not.
They say goodbye to her.
That'd be nice, though. If we get that Espeon, finally.
Brock asks her to say goodbye to her sisters for him, of course. Classic Brock. And that's the episode. Do you want me to spoil if she comes back?
Okay, so she does. Oh.
I mean, I thought it was fairly obvious.
But it could be obvious, except that, like, they do this all the time. And then
yeah, but this is more obvious.
Because we never got Espeon.
Because of the lack of Espeon, yeah.
Yeah.
We know from just inferring that this Eevee, this is the one that's going to be Espeon. So we have to see that at some point. Because
I thought it was
why wasn't it Espeon now?
I thought it was going to happen in this episode, so yeah.
Same. Okay, but then it didn't happen, and so her coming back makes sense.
That's true, all right.
So,
literary hour. The trope I'm thinking of is called Baby of the Bunch. That's just like when you have a whole bunch of siblings and then kind of highlight the youngest of them. That's actually a bit of a trope, right? Where the youngest kind of stands out or requires special care. Usually, like, that sibling then is shown as, like, sweet and loving, but also maybe needs a lot of help with stuff. And so a classic one everyone thinks about, Tiny Tim from A Christmas Carol. Bob Cratchit's youngest child. Poster child for trope called Too Good for This Sinful Earth Kids in British literature, which is the like, oh, what a sweet angel.
I love that. It's a great name.
Yeah, and you know about Tiny Tim. He's used to really guilt Scrooge because it's like, Tim needs money for his medicine.
He's got some, what is it?
I don't know. He's got some debilitating disease though, right?
TB, I think. Tuberculosis.
Oh, that makes sense.
I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, it was of the era.
I just Googled Tiny Tim. I got an American musician and musical archivist. That is not the Tiny Tim I'm looking for.
Tiny Tim disease. Rickets, tuberculosis, polio, and or cerebral palsy.
Jesus.
He's fucked up.
Poor kid. God. Oh my, no amount of medicine's gonna cure that, I don't think.
Woo. Okay.
It says both illnesses were treatable during Dickens' lifetime, but fatal if untreated. I mean, when you got all of those, I don't think you can. I don't know if that's happening.
This is the article I found claiming that, though, isn't saying that. Like, that's not from the text. This is from a medical journal where someone tried to diagnose them based on evidence from it, which is pretty amusing, actually. Yeah, Environmental Factors in Tiny Tim's Near-Fatal Illness, March 2021, by Russell W. Chesney, MD, in the JAMA Pediatrics. What is that? Journal of American Medicine. There you go.
Apparently, Charles Dickens never explicitly specified which illness it was.
Hence the need for this paper.
It's kind of, up to your own interpretation. It's not typically the interpreting I like.
I've actually heard of this where doctors will try to take a fictional character and diagnose them.
That's great.
I saw a presentation once about mental illness in the Star Wars universe where they were like diagnosing different Star Wars characters, and it was really funny.
Oh, that's great.
And informative.
It is a very funny thing to do.
Yeah.
So, all right. Shall we rate?
Yeah, so this is the 4-pour of the plastic pinfall pitcher objective rankings. We're going to pull 2 categories at random from this pitcher, rank the episode based on them. Kellan is fishing around for a juicy category. Kellan, what has randomness brought unto us today?
The 4-pour is going to bless us today with our first category being, it's horny Brock moments. That's a good one.
Oh, it's a good one. He's so horny this episode. And we get this like nice weird little animation where he's like in this
very funny.
He's in this pocket dimension of horniness.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like time and space are suspended so that he can horny out.
Yeah, it's very good. It even comes back at the end. There's this whole thing about like, I didn't know that they could be battled so good because it's hot.
Because he's sexist.
Yeah.
She's so hot, she's making me sexist. That's from a Flight of the Conchords song.
No, this is very good. This is very good. I would reserve the 10 for like he's doing it all episode.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite a 10 either. The 10 is like where he like blasts off into outer space from a nosebleed or something.
This is an 8.5.
This is a 9 for me, actually.
All right.
It's high. It's
very good, yeah.
Horny pocket dimension.
And second one will be the animation. Also an interesting one.
I mean, it's good, and there's a lot of battles, right? And there's some nice, funny stuff, and I do like the designs in it. However, I'll be honest, with kind of the stretching out of Johto, we haven't had like a really strong animation episode in a while, just in terms of like animation quality, right? Like going the extra mile with some of those animations. We got a little bit of that from time to time in Indigo or Gilance, where like an episode would stand out as being like, whoa, there's like a lot to this, but I haven't felt that way in a while.
Yeah, I can see that. There's none of that like crazy good animation moments that come out, like Bulbasaur Solar Beam. But there is like the Brock's horny animation, like those bits are funny.
The animation has some fun flares to it. Yeah, I just like I can't reward it higher for like technical. There's nothing technically that's a bit more satisfying it, but there's some fun design decisions. Yeah, like what you're saying about how they express Brock's feelings there. I think we can put the Kimono Sisters' alternate clothes into this. You know, we've already complimented the show about those choices, adding some flavor.
Yeah, there was the rain mist. I think some of the battling is
that was
good.
A nice touch. Yeah.
Like Victor Bell whipping Eevee into the cage, I thought was very well done.
Kinetic, yeah. And even though it didn't make sense, Umbreon's agility dash was kind of
that
cool.
Too. Yeah. So
I would give a 7 for all of
I'm just looking at the animation of Victory Bell whipping Eevee into the cage again, and it is actually quite smooth. So
it's fluid, right?
Yeah. So I wouldn't put this like upper echelon, but I would go a little above average. I'd probably say like 6.7.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna give a 7.
All right, so 6.85 for that. Overall, Troubles Brewing gets a 7.8 out of 10. Too much water.
Too much water. Oh, I love references.
Also,
when I get them.
With Troubles Brewing, that is the halfway point of Johto League Champions.
And Johto League, so that's the second of the Johto season.
We're halfway through the second Johto season.
Meaning we're halfway through all of the Johto seasons. Total.
Maybe? Because let me take a look
unless they're like not equal length.
Yeah, no, the last season is 12 episodes longer than this one. So I don't think it's exactly the halfway point.
So in 6 episodes would be the halfway point.
Maybe.
If the other one was the same. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. I don't know.
I think we'll get to the halfway in like a month or two. Okay. Something like that. We're getting there. We're slowly chipping away at this. And we'll chip away at the next episode, 186. All That Glitters.
Yeah, I'm going to grab some water 1 second.
Okay. Graham's grabbing water. Shout me out in the chat if you drink water.
I'm back. What were you talking to the audience about?
I asked them to shout me out in the comments if you drink water.
H2 flow, water. Baby.
Hydro homies in this chat only.
Is that from that ProZD sketch about the water?
No, I don't think so. That is a subreddit though, Hydro homies.
Oh, that's an actual subreddit.
Yeah.
I've talked about r/canned sardines on this before, right?
I don't think on podcast, but to me you have.
Oh, I'm obsessed with a subreddit called Canned Sardines, where people just talk about canned fish they're eating. and the best part about it is it's 100% sincere. Everyone there just loves canned fish and loves to talk about it. And I'm totally in for it because I also love canned fish. So
Some deans outside the club.
Yeah, and everyone calls them deans on there. And there was a post that Kellan found where someone said deans outside the club, and they posted them eating canned sardines outside of a nightclub.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
All right. All that glitters. So we've decided we're going to go to Olivine, which is, that's the better decision, I would say, in this situation. Misty and Brock the narrator says they're polishing off lunch, but that's not true because Brock's making lunch. They just use it as a pun to work their way into Ash is polishing his badges.
Brock is polishing his knob, just like Ash is polishing his badge. This reminds us that Ash has 4 badges.
Oh, man. Yeah, Pikachu's holding the Zephyr badge. He's cute. I don't know. This is adorable. And Brock's like, you're going to polish a hole in those badges. You should let us hold on to them for safekeeping. And Ash is like, nah, they're safe with me. Foreshadowing.
Yeah. Spoilers, they were not. And we see some eyes flash from the bushes.
Oh, no. But Brock's incredible edible mystery stew is ready. I wonder what's in it this time, Misty says. Can we guess?
That's their daily game is what's in the stew? It's like the guess that Pokemon in the middle, but they should just give up and start doing it with stew. It's spam and onions.
No, it's rat poison.
Ooh, everyone died.
We see some dark feather duster looking things poking out of the bush. Togepi runs over, pulls on one, and out come 3 little Murkrow. A murder of Murkrow, if you will.
So, Murkrow, that is the new Pokemon of the episode here. Kellan, tell me about this. They dex the Murkrow. We get this backstory that it likes to lure people into dark trails and get them lost. That was kind of ominous, but they seem nice, and it turns out it's more because they like stealing, right?
Yeah. And that's corroborated in the dex. It's like a trickster Pokemon. Likes to get people lost and mess with them. Hides shiny objects it finds. Like a crow.
Lore-wise, I would say it's a clever use of this new dark type. Because other dark Pokemon we've seen, Houndour and Houndoom, their dark aspect is like, it's like sinister feeling. Or kind of ominous or kind of occult, I guess would be a better way, right? It's like they're kind of like the death metal Pokemon. Now, this is a different use of that. This is more, they're also kind of ominous Murkrow, but like you said, they're trickster, right? So this is kind of the Loki of it all, right? The like mischievous kind of trickster evil.
But they're also based on what would be commonly evil things in pop culture, because it is based on a witch. It's got the witch hat, and its tail is designed. Its design is to be a broomstick. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. I agree, Kellan. They are based
on witches. Yes.
So, Murkrow in the games. Tell me about it. So this thing doesn't evolve or anything, right?
Not in Gen 2, and in Gen 2 and 3 is pretty bad.
Oh, it eventually got an evolution, and is it better?
It does. Yeah, it got Honchkrow in Gen 4, and it's like a mafia boss. I've been playing a little bit of
Platinum lately.
Good. It's a good one.
Oh, that one's sick.
Yeah, it's like a mob boss. And it's called the Big Boss Pokemon.
Is that Pokemon decent?
Honchkrow's pretty good, yeah. Murkrow is just, again, one of those Johto Pokemon that fell victim to the single-stage, shit-ass Johto Pokemon curse.
Like Gligar.
Yeah, like Gligar, Yanma, Dunsparce. Most of them have gotten evolutions since then, but for a hot minute,
they fixed it. Yeah,
they were pretty bad. And Murkrow is one that's just a pain in the ass because if you're trying to catch it, it's so hard to catch for no reason at all. I've always had problems with catching Murkrow, and I hate it for that.
Why are they hard to catch? They just like have bad rates.
Yeah, their catch rate is just weirdly low for just a random first single stage Pokemon that isn't particularly good. So. But yeah, that's Murkrow. It's okay,
just underwhelming stats. Doesn't learn that good of moves.
Pretty much.
But cool design, cool lore. So it is nice that they give him an evolution in a later gen.
Yeah, its level up moveset in Gen 2 is 6 moves.
Oh.
That's it. And the last one is Mean Look at 41.
That's not viable.
That's so bad. Oh my god. I should do a whole video, dossier, or whatever it's called, of the moveset syndrome in Gen 2 and 3, because it's just shit.
Well, here's a TikTok idea. What about
it is, yeah.
shit Pokemon and how they could be fixed?
Oh, another one. Yeah, that's a good one. There's also, this is the first episode recording since the giant Pokemon Terra leak dropped. So there's a lot of beta stuff in there to talk about as well. There's some really interesting stuff.
But everyone is just talking about fucking octopus, Kellan.
That too. And Typhlosion. Typhlosion's very problematic now. We have to cancel Typhlosion.
Why? I don't think I heard this part.
One of them lore stories that was never put into the games for obvious reasons is that Typhlosion in Legend disguised itself as a human and tricked a young girl into marrying it and having its Typhlosion babies. And it's very weird.
So did Zeus.
Very bad.
Are we canceling Zeus?
We probably should. I mean, Zeus, problematic person, you know.
Yeah, but Zeus doesn't have a Twitter profile, so it's okay.
No. It was a different time, guys. Jeez.
Ancient Greek.
Anyway, that's Murkrow. They talk about Murkrow, lures people into dark mountains, and these guys just pop out, and they're like a little barbershop trio.
Yeah.
Because they should have had a fourth. I mean, come on. Barbershop trio, that's not a thing. It's quartet.
They put on this little dance show. I mean, trio kind of also works because it's kind of Three Stooges energy.
Yeah, but they're singing. They're doing the crow, crow, crow.
Yeah, that's
going a cappella. That's great.
They do need a fourth. And then while they're doing this dance show, which is a distraction, they lunge in for the badges. Boom, grab them, fly away, and they're taunting from a tree. Oh, they're defiant, these bastards.
Mm-hmm. And I noted there's this little bongo theme in the background. I like that a lot. It was fun.
I love me a bongo.
I love bongos. They're great. Noctowl comes out, tackles the tree, Murkrow fall out, and they start mud slapping Ash, shoving mud in his face. They go flying off. So Noctowl, we gotta follow them. And in the air, they start speeding around real fast with their double team, apparently. And they knock Noctowl out of the air, and then they just fly off.
And their double team animations are sort of like in Dragon Ball Z, where a character's moving really fast while they're flying. They're just little blurs in random directions.
Or why is that not agility?
Or when ninjas attack in an anime, it's like that blur rapid.
Yeah. And so they go flying off, and so the gang got fucking gutted. Ash is pissed. So
nice or not, nobody steals from me.
So angry. And so we see the Murkrow on their stump with the 3 badges they took. They didn't take all 4, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, so which ones did they grab? I mean, they've only got 3
I don't even remember.
Yeah,
I think they left behind the plain badge, I think.
Oh, that makes sense, because it's not as shiny.
Maybe, yeah. The gang is searching on foot for these birds, and Brock finally realizes, okay, Golbat, let's get out there. He's Supersonics, and he may have found him. So the Murkrow, we see, are continuing to mess around with the badges in the sun because they're shiny. They like playing with the shiny things in the sun because they shine.
Mm-hmm.
And the gang finds them, and Ash is like, okay, guys, you had your fun. Can I have the badges back? And the Murkrow are like, oh, okay, you caught us all. And Brock and Misty are like, be careful. They might have something. They might be planning something. And Ash is like, yeah, they're planning to give him back. And then they murder him. In cold blood.
Slip a shiv right between his bottom ribs.
They headbutt him and keep flying off. Ash is like, I won't get fooled again.
This is the last time they fool me.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I'm a fucking idiot.
Which he is. So they're going to use Golbat this time to chase them down.
They turn around, tackle Golbat right out of the air. Pikachu thundershocks them. They go down, and they drop the badges. So we're going to run in and we're going to grab the badges, and then, Claw, right from the bushes.
Oh my god.
Pikachu gets grabbed, of course.
Team Rocket rise up in their balloon, go into a pretty typical chant, but Meowth ends with a, hey, I got a little bite on a fishing rod.
Misty says, today's just not your day, Ash. And so then we get them on but today is our day, so prepare for trouble. And in honor of that, you can make it double, and then blah, blah, blah. Hey, I got a bite!
Nice.
And then we go into a myriad of the French jokes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we do. Okay, so Team Rocket goes, hooray, hooray, Pikachu, the catch of the day. Nash yells, give back Pikachu. And then Jesse goes, selection unavailable. And then James
Pikachu's
goes,
the Poke du jour, and it's très populaire.
Très populaire.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Wow, about that.
That's not on the
blah,
daily
blah, blah.
special.
Hate to steal and run, but we got another French to fry. That's fun. It's a fun one to say. Another French to fry. Get back here, blah, blah, blah. We cooked up a great plan, and he's got egg on his face. It's not really French, but it keeps going with the booze theme.
Yeah,
and then the Murkrow are sitting on the basket. Mm-hmm. And then they just kind of go after Team Rocket, pecking away.
Well, they're going after their shiny objects right after Jesse's earrings, Meowth's charm, and James's belt buckle.
Yeah, that is quite the screenshot of Murkrow trying to undo James's belt. I mean, out of context, that's a little...
it's a little invasive.
Yeah. But then one of them pops the balloon. Pikachu falls to the ground. Jessie says she's always hated Murkrow. They have no respect for other thieves.
Yeah, that's a good line.
And on the ground still, James is just kind of shrieking. He's just like...
Oh, what's wrong, James?
They've got his bottle caps. Oh, God.
No! Finally, the bottle caps come up after I referenced them an hour ago.
He's drunk enough soda pops to float an aircraft carrier with those bottle caps.
Wow, so he drinks the soda every time.
What does that even mean? Like, it's enough soda pop.
Aircraft carrier? What do you mean?
Yeah, okay, never mind. He's using the soda liquid. Pop. Yeah, I was thinking he's floating them with the caps, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean, James? I don't have any idea. But anyway, so he gloves up, puts a white glove over top of his regular glove, because he needs to keep those caps in mint condition.
That's hilarious.
That's so good. Yeah, he runs up, but he trips and falls. And so Pikachu gets out of the cage, the Murkrow start flying off. Ash collects his badges, but they still have the fog badge, so they got to keep going after him.
Bottle caps now.
James is going to go as well. So the gang confront them, but James is right behind them with the bazooka.
You good-for-nothing bottle cap snatching pile of feathers, you're gonna pay.
So he shoots at them. Unfortunately, it's just a net, not a missile.
Yes, not a blast.
But they dodge it. He thinks they got him, and so they're pulling down the net, and a giant boulder comes and somehow sends them flying off. As the Murkrow
the physics here are a little bit confusing, but Team Rocket goes flying. And Brock is like, well, it's not much to outsmart Team Rocket, but these are pretty clever crows.
Mm-hmm. And so we see their collection. They got all kinds of shiny shit. From forks to...
they've been stealing for a while.
Other forks and, like, can
Baubles,
tabs or something.
Bangles.
Whatchamadoos.
Sprotchets and watchets. Gizmos
and gadgets galore, yeah. Thingamabobs? They've got 20.
Oh, no, we're singing a Disney song. Okay, so...
Quick, before we get DMCA'd.
So Murkrow are celebrating, yep. They've got so much shit, and the gang's watching from below. So this is like Murkrow's lair is kind of up on a cliff, and the gang's watching from below.
Yeah, and Rock notes, I think, that they're smart and they work as a team, so how are we going to get them back? And then Ash just launches into this giant monologue about teamwork and how he and his team bested all 4 gyms, and he needed them to do that because he couldn't do it alone. And so taking this badge from him is like taking it from all of us.
This is actually a good power of friendship moment for me because it's like you can't say the phrase teamwork around a shonen protagonist without them going into flashbacks.
But in this flashback, he says, I wouldn't have won anything without Charizard. True. And he says, and Pidgeotto, which...
Not there.
that's not his.
Yeah.
It was also a Pidgeot that was Faulkner's. And he says, and Scyther, also not his. That was Bugsy's. And Cyndaquil. There you go. Ash, you got one. You got another one of your Pokemon.
Yeah, and he never had a Scyther, right?
No, he didn't.
I mean, Tracy did. Yeah.
But he fought a Scyther. I don't know. And then you Noctowl with Gengar, and that was like 2 episodes ago, so he better remember that properly. But yeah, weird. Every badge I won belongs to all of us. If you're stealing from me, you steal from everybody. Dardia! And so Bulbasaur comes out to act as a rope for him to climb up the cliff. And they get up there, and there's the shot of Ash and Pikachu climbing on top of the cliff. And they run over kind of towards the Murkrow. And then we cut into close, and he's like, Bulbasaur, you stay here. And we just look at Bulbasaur, who's now on top of the cliff somehow, and just teleported there. And he's like, okay, I'll stay here. He's like, when did Bulbasaur get up here? We did not see that at all.
Yeah.
And so he and Pikachu are going to sneak in army crawl style to snag the badge.
Yeah, stealth mode. We got Metal Gear Solid music playing. Dun, dun, dun.
And Ash doesn't realize that he needs to be quiet the whole time because he grabs the badge and just goes, got it! Alerting the Murkrow to his presence. Exclamation mark.
The Murkrows get the exclamation marks over their head. Exactly.
And they peck him so much that he falls backwards off the cliff, throwing the fog badge back towards the Murkrow.
Yeah, so close.
Bulbasaur lands bulb-side down on Pikachu, which was kind of funny, and the Murkrow laugh. So I guess they thought it was funny too. Yeah, so they continue to play with their spoons.
Yeah, they're just like playing with their spoons. That's nice.
And they see some shimmering from the trees in the distance.
Ooh, what is it?
They get distracted. We see the gang has some reflective objects, I guess from Brock's cooking set, to pointing them in the sun and screwing with them.
2/3 of the gang, because Brock is above the Murkrow from behind. Pineco is dropping down.
Mission Impossible
style, exactly.
And from the tree. And the Murkrow are kind of looking and coming towards the bush. And the gang hides. And they're like, we can't let them see us. And so Togepi's trying to pull her spoon back, but the spoon's stuck. You can't get the spoon back. And so Murkrow pulls up the spoon and pulls Togepi out with her. And they're like, oh god, it's a trap.
The gig is up. It's a trap. Pineco's pulling up with the badge, but the Murkrow see an attack, get the badge, and Pineco explodes in humiliation.
Here's my question. The badge is now on top of Pineco's head. Pineco doesn't have arms.
How did he
do that?
Yeah, how did he do that?
I have no idea. Does he even have a mouth? I'm not even entirely sure Pineco has a mouth.
Does he have like a psychic move?
He's got no fucking limbs.
Does he have a psychic move?
I'm looking. In Gen 2, the only psychic move it can learn is rest.
No. What about string shot? Could that work?
You
know, he could Spider-Man.
Does not learn it though.
Oh.
So.
Well, I tried.
Yep.
I got nothing. That is weird.
Yeah, I've got no idea. Oh well. But yeah, the Murkrow see him, he kabooms. And they're trying to figure out, maybe we're just fucked. Maybe we met our match. And Ash is like, no, I'm going to try to battle him again. We're going to get this badge back one way or another. I'll have to use flying Pokemon to beat flying Pokemon.
Oh, there's that weird logic again.
Just you had it before. You had Pikachu Thundershock him. You only got foiled because of Team Rocket. Just Thundershock him again.
Thundershocking would work. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So he throws out Noctowl, and he, again, with the incredible instruction of do whatever you have to do.
I wrote that down. I'm like, really brilliant training.
So Noctowl goes to the local military depot, steals a tank, comes back. Give us back that fucking badge.
Yeah, do what you have to do. So he kidnaps Murkrow's family, okay? Ties them all up to chairs, makes a horrible video, sends it in, of Noctowl actually executing one of the family members in cold blood.
So Noctowl holds the Murkrows at gunpoint while shoving nails underneath their toenails and then ramming them into the wall.
Ah! And that's how Noctowl curb stomped a Murkrow. Okay, so what does Noctowl actually
wait, hold up.
What?
Fan art list. Noctowl curb stomps a Murkrow.
That's horrible.
That's so good. Oh, it's a good one. All right. These do whatever you have to do bits are creating some great ideas.
Yeah, they make the mind wonder.
Oh, anyway, so what he does in whatever he has to do, what he actually does is nothing. He just kind of stands there.
He does nothing the best way possible.
Menacingly.
Yeah, right in the middle of all the Murkrows.
And Brock's like, oh, of course. They may lay down their guard. If he went in there flapping and screaming, they would have, I don't know, been Murkrow. Now they might be dumb. I don't know. I'm Brock.
But the Murkrow are curious about this, right?
Yeah.
They're getting in close. They're not really attacking. They're just kind of chirping, poking.
And one of them just, like, approaches with the badge for some reason. It grabs the badge and is, like, trying to shine it in his eyes. But the Noctowl, boom, like a ninja, snatches it and flies off.
Cool. Now they all
and then the Murkrow go after him.
They're all chasing after, and then, what's this?
Whoosh.
All four birds kind of pushed aside by a giant gust.
And we see a giant Murkrow mech. Prepare for trouble. This is one of our traps. Make it double. I still want my caps. Yeah, they know the rest.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That, actually.
And so they're in the Mega Murkrow Mark V.
Ooh.
What were the first 4?
The first 4, the first one couldn't fly at all. The second one exploded instantly. The third one actually had the giant Noctowl penis on it and was not suitable for TV.
And the fourth one, someone lit a cigarette when they shouldn't have, and it went down in flames. Yeah, they blow them away, and they start sucking up all the stuff, and they got this big pile of trash now. James is going searching for their bottle caps. Meowth's freaking out, like, we're not here for bottle caps, we came to collect Pikachu! And James is just in the background digging through the pile. Bottle caps.
Big argument.
And the Murkrow get blown away. Ash catches them, grabs them. It's maybe we'll see a turn of character here.
I mean, he's won a heart. He's won a battle before by winning over hearts.
Mm-hmm. And so the mech does a big peck at the gang and is going to go for the Murkrow now. They're in trouble, but Noctowl comes out of nowhere, tackles the mech over. Oh, God. But they grapple Pikachu. Oh, no. James has found his rarest bottle cap. Thank God.
Nice.
That was the biggest mystery of the episode for me. Was he going to get his bottle caps back?
He's celebrating.
I was very invested.
That's the true victory.
They're going to finish this up with a Murkrow Mega Blow, which is just a really large gust of wind. Yeah. But Noctowl and the Murkrow start flying around it.
Noctowl's kind of figured it out how to navigate these gusts, and he's showing Murkrow the right way through the wind.
And Murkrow are following Noctowl's lead. Maybe they're actually going to help this time. Team Rocket, they're going after the mech. And Team Rocket is just like, this is adorable. You can take us out with a whole flock of Murkrow. The term is murder. Team Rocket.
Come on.
But they go to deliver a blow. But they all separate, which confuses Team Rocket. They're like, wait, there were 4 birds here. Now I only see 1 bird. Where other 3 bird? Where B? And so the mech is just like looking back and forth at all the birds, pivoting back and forth. James is still just really happy he found his bottle caps. And this must be an old Murkrow because its joints just ain't what they used to be. Because the knees start sparking up and exploding, which I believe does happen around your 60s. So.
Oh, you got to get that checked out, Kellan.
Yeah.
I really like, actually, a sentence from James. I like when he is finding his favorite bottle cap. Can any joy approach the rapture of a super rare bottle cap capture? That's
probably
good.
Sex, I would think.
Well, not for James, Kellan. Not but for Pikachu, James.
The legs ain't working anymore, and Pikachu gets released. Hits him with the Thunderbolt, kaboom, they go blasting off again. As Noctowl, with Pikachu on his back, they fly sparkly across the sky with the Fog Badge in tow, and the Murkrow, not far behind. Really nice little ending shot there.
And Brock just slaps the hood. That's the power of teamwork for you. This thing's got tons of teamwork.
So at sunset, oh, thank God. We almost went 2 episodes without a sunset.
Ooh.
I don't know if I would have been able to recover.
You get the shivers.
Yeah.
The shake.
A little with sunset withdrawal. It's not good.
No.
So Ash reattaches his fog badge to his jacket. The Murkrow are kind of calling at them from the cliff, calling them nerds and losers. And they're like, maybe try less tricking and more helping next time. And the Murkrow are like, nah, fuck that. We're going to mess with people because we want to. That's kind of in our nature.
Come on.
But they wave to the gang as they head back off to Olivine to get the last 4 badges. And that's the episode.
All right. So the trope that I'm looking at for Literary Hour is that called Clever Crows on TVTropes.com. You know, this is a long-held tradition of having birds such as crows, ravens, and others related. I believe they're all considered in the family of corvids, which includes magpies, jackdaws, rooks, jays, blah, blah, blah. A whole bunch of things. In literature, they're often viewed as clever, kind of tricksters, a little bit sinister sometimes, and this goes way back. So, like a lot of mythological origins from a whole bunch of different cultures. Like apparently, there's omens that they're associated with even in Korean and Chinese cultures. In some indigenous cultures, also they're seen as kind of trickster forces. This is probably from them actually stealing shiny objects in real life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Odin from Norse mythology had 2 ravens as companions. Though if we're going back with crows again, in Aesop's fables, so these are the old animal anthropomorphic folk tales. A crow is filling a pitcher with pebbles to reach some water. That's what happens in one of them, which is apparently something that crows have been observed doing in real life. Crows and ravens also have significant roles in Song of Ice and Fire, the Game of Thrones series, where their son is pretty intelligent, and they're also seen as kind of premonition. They're seen as foresight, and there's kind of some supernatural traits to them. In Harry Potter, we've got Ravenclaw, which uses a raven is
really?
in the name. Although apparently Ravenclaw's mascot is an eagle, but the film changed it to a raven.
I mean, that would make sense. Yeah. Because why would it be an eagle?
And then in Chronicles of Narnia, and you did yell out Narnia at some point during this episode, Corvids in general are, for the most part, benevolent, but jokers at worst. So they are seen as wise, but add comic relief.
And for Asgard! All right.
Yeah. All right.
I know you appreciate my jokes.
I do.
Yeah.
I like a good Kellan joke.
You better. They're fucking bangers. All right.
Let's finish this. I love when you compliment your own jokes, but
they're so good, though.
Okay.
All right.
Just read a ball for me.
First ball will be our favorite, whatever will constitute giving this episode a 10.
Oh, baby, this is a complex ball. So what this happens is we're going to think of a category. Automatically gives this episode a 10 in that category. That category will then become a new category in the picture on its own, and we'll go pay it forward. Now, when that ball is pulled again, if it receives a 0, it is then removed.
It's gone.
From the picture.
Banned forever. Now, I think we gotta go something about shiny shit, right?
Or crows. Shiny shit, crows stealing. Oh, but that's not a
But it's all about shiny. Like, even the title of the episode, all that glitters. It's all about the shine. And I feel like it would be a little more
silverware. Silverware garbage, but fanaticism.
Just thinking about what we see in the show normally. I think if we go with shiny stuff, then we're open to like when they're eating and we see forks and
one
whatnot.
Man's trash is another man's treasure.
Oh, that's pretty long to put on a ball, though.
Trash to treasure.
Trash to treasure.
Treasure trash.
Treasure trash. That's pretty good.
That could be it.
Treasure trash. I just want to incorporate. I mean, I guess that's the same. It's similar.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Is that too specific? Because we need to be looking then at like finding shit that has no value and someone finds value in it.
Right.
I think we've learned
it is pretty specific.
I think we've learned with Minato Boys and Girls and Dr. Mario's Crazy Jizz Pill, going too specific can sometimes be real rough. Our rotations per episode, that's a banger category.
That is a banger category. I think the challenge is that we can't always lean into that. We do have to pick the category that gives this a 10, right? So if we generalize too much and don't give it a 10, that doesn't work either.
But if I'm trying to put this into words, but if we do shiny stuff, like that is the 10. Like other episodes, it might be a common thing. Other episodes, it might be like a 6 or a 5 or whatever. But this is the 10. This is what the benchmark is for that 10.
Okay, so if I had the category shinies, okay, let's say it's the category shinies, because that would also cover shiny Pokemon. Would I give this a 10? I think I'd give this a 9.
I don't know. I feel like this is the benchmark. It's literally all about shiny shit.
Yeah, but there isn't like, I don't know, it's just like silver stuff. It's not all kinds of shiny things.
Okay, what if we compromise?
Trash.
What if we make the ball unprecedented here? If we can't decide, we just put them both on. Treasure trash / shiny shit.
I'm done. I'm down.
I'm done. All right.
I'm done with you. No, I'm down. That's good, actually.
There. All right.
I like
perfect.
a new
Treasure
kind
trash.
of category. The
yeah, brand new
category.
Now, okay, here we go. Here's a thought for this specific one. If we pull the ball, we can rate it on both scales. Let's say it's treasure trash specifically has a 0. only that half of the category is gone then. We just continue on with shiny shit.
We just rub it out.
Yeah.
Well, let's cross that bridge. Comes up.
Yeah.
I think we can do with that what we're feeling that day.
All right. So treasure trash / shiny shit. That's a lot of shish. Treasure trash / shiny shit.
Yeah.
That's a flat 10. Perfect. Incredible. Now let's pull dark birds. I guess that'll be another 10. All right. Final category of the day will be the perceived smell of the episode.
What do birds smell
I have
like?
No idea.
I don't think they smell great, but I don't know. They smell good cooked.
Yeah, we should have gotten the cooking a Pokemon category. That would have been good.
I mean, this episode doesn't have a whole lot of smell to it other than our typical forest smells.
Yeah, it's a forest smell, so that's probably fine.
There is some cooking. Is this
this Brock's mystery stew.
I mean, we got a look of it. It would smell.
That's pretty.
Yeah, there's some aromatics there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it, I would think.
I mean, I guess when the winds are a gustin' from the mech, I actually think the mech would have some kind of oily, burnt smell.
Oh yeah, it would have that like exhaust fumes.
Yeah,
which those don't smell bad.
Yeah, and there's some
kind
dust
of a weird
kind
smell
of from the blowing around. And
yeah.
I mean, the Murkrow's trash, I think, might actually have some funky smells to it.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be good smell though. But we're also different in this one, so
yeah, we're different in this one. So
we rate this one differently.
I usually rate it by on how
potent.
Yeah,
the smell is.
Of smells, or like how the episode can invoke the idea of smells in me. And Kellan is more like, do I like this?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give it a 6 on its ability to conjure smells.
6. I'm actually kind of on the same page. I think it's about the scent is probably about a 6. So I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go exactly 6. We gotta spice things up a little bit. I'm gonna go 6.4.
Got there from different directions, arrived at the same place.
That's a 6.2 for perceived smell overall, and 8.1 for all that glitters. It was a good episode. So yeah,
nice, good episode.
Yeah, oh my god, that's it for this week. Holy cow!
That's all.
That's all. I mean, you want to do a third one? You can just crank it out right now.
Let's make up an episode, because I haven't watched a third episode. In this one, Ash is all out of clean underwear, so he's trying to get more underwear from the local Walmart. But the Walmart is blocked by an Ursaring with an afro. Now, how did the Ursaring get an afro? That's what the gang needs to figure out.
The Ursaring is being very anal about the conditioner it bought from Walmart. It's trying to make a return, but they won't accept it because it's already opened.
And they're also not understanding anything Ursaring is saying because he's just screaming.
And so, like, Ursaring's not actually, like, being violent outside, trying to block people from the Walmart. He's trying to tell them, you know, these people in there, they're not listening to the issues that we have. I think we should boycott this Walmart. It's actually all into, like, small businesses and stuff, so.
Yeah, the return policies of this giant corpo are bleeding us, the citizens, dry.
It's a real mess. We need to take up arms and vote out this municipal government. Ursaring for mayor.
And that's how the gang installs a police state into the small town run by an Ursaring. Because the Ursaring actually has a dark secret.
Yeah, of course. But we won't know what that dark secret is until we get to the end of the episode. So.
Right.
Anyway, I mean, that's a much better episode than anything we've ever seen so far.
There's our third episode of the week.
Yeah, you want to go to Literary Hour, and then we take the 4-pour?
Literary Hour, real-life Che Guevara, who is part of many revolutions in Central and Latin America.
All right. I'm not going to pull up the picture again, because that's too much of a bit. Too much work. I don't want to root through that thing again. All right. What are we doing next week? You want to know? You want to have an idea?
I sure do.
We're looking.
Guessing 2.
It's another lovely duo of episodes where we're going to look at episode 187, The Light Fantastic, or in Japanese, Teppo Sky! ! Followed by episode 188, Unbearable, with bear in all caps, and in Japanese, Himaguma's Secret! !
That looks cute.
So there is a dark secret of the pre-evolved version of Ursaring coming up.
A dark secret of the Ursine variety.
We'll see. Maybe it's his capitalistic tendencies and wanting to overthrow the government. we will have to find out next week.
We'll have to find out if this young
Next
bear's
Monday.
revolutionary father is destroying their family.
That's next week. Monday.
Monday. Get your episodes. That has been To Kill a Delibird. Thank you for listening. Video versions of the podcast are on youtube.com/HydraLeech is the channel. Please leave comments there. Engage with us however you see fit. And audio versions are wherever you find podcasts, wherever you can download a podcast, probably on there. You can hit us up with questions, concerns, comments, thoughts, praises, whatever, at our email address, tokilladelibird@gmail.com. We also have a Twitter. The handle is tokilladelibird. Intro and outro music is 80 Synthwave by Alexi Action. Kellan runs a TikTok. The channel is called HydraLeeches, anime error analysis, and other fun stuff. And then Twitch is occasionally twitch.tv/HydraLeech.
Yeah, that's about it. You're getting fast with that ending spiel, so.
It's about time.
It's good. Yeah.
It's only been
93 weeks.
Episodes.
Yeah. Well, that's, guess we have to go. Is that how this works?
Well, yeah, and Kellan, on our way out, we should do something to piss off Americans.
Oh, yes.
How was your Thanksgiving last weekend?
It was lovely.
Yeah, you ate a turkey at the proper time of year.
The proper time.
Yeah,
the right time.
Fuck you, November Thanksgiving people. Thanksgiving is in October.
Shit makes no sense.
Yeah.
You can have a big meal in November, and then like a month
it's
later,
so close
it's Christmas.
To Christmas. That
doesn't
stupid.
make any sense.
That's stupid.
Fuck you.
October,
fuck you.
October Thanksgiving superior. #.
Fuck you and fuck the turkeys you wrote in on. Goodbye.